Windy as crap out here, but let's make a tool. Let me show you this real quick. If you got a new river or sandvic and you gotta take off these bolts, and normally I use a pick, but let's try this tool. Look at that, the bolt hole's clean. Let's try this one right here. There you go. Place it over here. Look at there, clean. You can get your, we can pull this off. Hold on, we'll go inside. All right, we're in the shop. It's a lot quieter in here. I did not invent this idea. Actually, the guy I first saw it a year or two ago is the guy I buy teeth from. His name's Dave Nation, all right? And guys asked about it and all. Then there was another guy, wonderful guy, Dylan Harris in Florida, Tampa, Florida area, that rebuilds stump grinders. And he sells these. If you want to build it, he sells a real fancy kind of kit for this. I think it's around 60 bucks, wherever. Mine is honestly $7. All right. So let's take it apart. All right. You know, there's the impact, and this tool will work on a hand ratchet too. So there's the socket. This is the socket size that takes off your new river teeth. All right, let me prove it to you. Hold on. This is an old new river tooth, wore out. This here is the socket. This here is the shaft and the tooth. So what did old Adam do? Well, I said, you know, I need to go to my nut and bolt supplier, and these are fine threads. And I said, I need to find a bolt, blah, blah, blah. And I said, no, I don't. So I took one of my old ones. Let's take it apart here so you can see. Here's an old nut. And I'm going to have to put this in a vise since I tightened them up. So let's come back. Hold on. So let's break down what we got here. This is a Hercules from Harbor Freight hole saw. What size is it, Adam? Let's get a focus there. 1.25 inches. All right. So here we are. I have to loosen up the nut because once you get it tight on, it's tight. This is the same nut off this tooth setup right here. So I'm using used parts. This right here, look in there. What is that? Looks like I bought it, huh? No. I'm going to show you, and we're going to make one again, okay? Hold on. You're going to take, if you don't have one of these, metal band saw, you're going to take either a 4.5-inch angle grinder with a cut-off blade, and you're going to cut off right here, right where the nut part of this whole thing ends. You're going to cut it off there. See, here you go. This is the original one I had. See where it's cut off? I'm keeping it. Somebody's going to say, why the hell are you talking like, you know, a dummy or whatever? I'm keeping things very simple. Keep it simple, stupid. How's that? There it is, cut off. You can use a hacksaw. So we can do this many ways. So that's done, right? This piece is cut off. Let's go back. So now you know what this is. You see that slice in there? It was that portion of the tooth right here that we cut off. It's down there. And then I adjust the part that's cut off. I cut a slot in it because this is so small in diameter, you can't get around to hold it. Got a slot, put a screwdriver in. It's the same, hold on, we're shaking. The threads for this, and I'll show you, hold on. This is a bigger Hercules hole saw from Harbor Freight. This is what's amazing. The same freaking thread. So now you got to understand what I did. So in reverse, what I did was cut that off. You see it in there. Made a slot in it so I could get a screwdriver on it and screwed it on into there. So once you do that, bam, this is what you're looking at. Then you take one of your tooth holder nuts that you got already. Here's an old one. This was an old tooth, right? You spin this on, and now, through the magic of $7, you've got a hole saw that is perfectly the size of these to clean out the hole so you can get your socket around them. All right. Now, somebody said, but you're not using an impact socket and you're using an impact gun at them. That is 100% correct. Now, you understand that this, right? Well, hold on. This now with this nut, you're already set up to take off your teeth anyway. You can take them off by hand if that's how you're doing it, which in my truck, I keep an extendable ratchet, right? Which is how I normally put them on. Now, some guys, everything's got to be fast and they want to use an impact. Some of these in the wheel are at a position that's kind of hard to get something in there. You got to use a flexible end, or since some guys are saying, but Adam, you're not using an impact socket. Hold on. Show you why we're not using an impact socket. This is a regular socket. This is an impact. Impacts have a thicker wall. So you can see, it's thicker. So it's hard sometimes to get into that hole that's around that tooth, right? So what another guy does, Dylan sells it for $60-some. They'll put this and they'll put it in a lathe and they'll trim it down to the thickness of this. But you can go anywhere, Walmart or places, O'Reilly's, anywhere that sells single sockets, Northern, and all this is a 15th, 16th socket. So if you wear it out, you wear it out. You throw it away. It's not the rocket science. Some of the ones that you can't fit in with an angle, you can use a flexible end here, and voila, there you are. You can get in with it with your impact. All right? And if you can't get an impact, at least you save the time of not having to do, hold on, we're back out in the wind. So you could either buy $1 something worth of these and do like we were doing and cleaning and picking, or for $7 you could, hold on, do that. Which one would you rather do? I like the new version. And this concludes another episode of your favorite bad uncle. And the haters out there can hate me all they want. And once again, a special thanks to Dave Nation. And he runs a tooth supply company and fantastic guy. Never met him, wish I have. And it's grindertooth.com. And then also another guy I never met, a wonderful guy that repairs stump grinders also, and Dylan Harris. He's in Tampa, Florida, and seems to be a very fine young man. He's a Carlton guy and a big bandit guy for the SG75s, and he makes remote control SG40s. So hats off to them and all of us in this wonderful industry. And what did I tell you last time in a short? Don't get into this industry if you can't turn a wrench or don't want to get dirty. It's a very good industry. The tree industry is a wonderful overall. It's a wonderful industry. And like I say, don't get in it if you can't do maintenance. They'll kill you at the shops, and your machine will be there for quite a while, because guess what? A lot of those new mechanics are young guys, and they got to learn on your machine too. They say, oh yeah, we got it, whatever. And the guys look at it and go, hey, how do I get this off? And you'll know by watching guys like me. So God bless you. Have a good one. It's a Sunday, early in the morning, and I've already worked on a machine with my brother. Actually, he worked. I just BS'd all around him or whatever. We had a wonderful time together. And now I'm conclude my Sunday afternoon with my wife. Have a great one, guys.